Welcome to the Spirits on Spirits podcast, where we mix ghost stories with a little liquid courage. I'm Aiden.
And I'm Nate, and together we dive into the eerie, the unexplained, and the downright terrifying, all while enjoying a drink or two. Each episode will explore haunted places, ghostly encounters, and paranormal mysteries, pairing them with the perfect cocktail to keep our nerves steady. So grab a glass, turn down the lights, and join us as we sip, shiver, and swap some spine-chilling stories.
Because here at Spirits on Spirits, the only thing stronger than the ghosts are our drinks.
What up, bad witches? Welcome back to another episode of Spirits on Spirits. We are coming to you from our studio in Salem, Massachusetts. We're so glad that you are joining us for another spooky, spirit-filled endeavor. Aiden, how we doing this week?
Straight, chilling.
Nice.
Don't have hot water in my apartment. My car battery died. Life in a blizzard is great.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, we, I don't know, most of you probably got hit by the blizzard or saw the blizzard on the news, but we got, I believe the scientific term is ass blasted.
Yes.
By the snowstorm up here in Salem. So we hope all of you survived and were able to stay warm and, were able to get through it. The damn hamster was right.
Yes.
The groundhog.
A lot more
Yeah.
winter to go.
Yeah, a lot more winter to go.
I had to take a cold shower yesterday. The noises that I made, I've never made before. I don't know how people choose to do that.
Man.
It's a little absurd.
I just imagine you when you drop a quarter down a staircase, it's just like king, just you going
That was genuinely the noises that was coming out of my mouth.
I 100% believe that.
And I was jumping in and out.
Oh,
Awful.
Awful.
But we're going somewhere, I think a little warmer, right? This place is a little warmer than here.
A little bit. I don't think it's much warmer.
Not much warmer, if at all. I could see it being one of those places that's sneaky cold.
Stand by for the weather report.
But
We'll tell them where we're headed.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
We're going to a place that I wouldn't think of when I think of haunted places, but when we were looking at places within this city to do, I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
That's some not just a volume, but quality of haunts.
There's some quality haunts.
There's some quality haunts in there.
I honestly again, scientific term, hella haunted.
Hella haunted.
Hella haunted.
But we're going to St. Louis, Missouri.
St. Louis.
So yeah, I'm very excited about my thing today.
Can I pause you? Was that on purpose? Can you pronounce St. Louis? What was the state name?
Missouri.
Oh, okay. All right. So you were doing it jokingly. I
Yes.
thought you were saying
Missouri.
Yes, Missouri.
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 That's how I imagine people from St. Louis say Missouri.
St. Louis, Missouri. What's the accent from St. Louis or from Missouri?
I always just that's kind of the accent that I think of. Banjo, yeah.
Ding, 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 ding.
I'm from St. Louis.
I'm from Missouri.
We're definitely wrong.
Oh, 100%.
So people from St. Louis are probably like, I don't sound like that.
I don't sound like that at all.
I sound normal.
Uh-huh.
So the cocktail that we are going to be drinking. So Missouri is big on pickles and cucumbers.
Oh, interesting.
I opted for a
didn't
different
know that.
option.
Why, you're not a fan? You don't like pickles?
I didn't.
You don't like your pickle being tickled?
Dude, honestly, I don't know how to acquire cucumber juice.
Oh.
I don't know if that's a common thing.
I don't know about cucumber juice, but I know pickle juice.
Oh, pickle juice, yeah. But the first cocktail that I looked up required cucumber juice.
Oh.
And I didn't know how to acquire it.
Fair.
So I went for the second option. The second option is a lot simpler.
Got you.
It is called the Caribou Lou.
Ooh, that's a fun name.
Yeah. And it is very simple.
Give that name a rate.
I'll give it a solid 8.5.
Yeah, that's a Caribou Lou.
Caribou Lou.
Caribou Lou.
Rolls off the tongue a little bit.
It does.
Yeah.
Yep.
Uh, it's very simple. It is 151 Bacardi rum.
Mm.
Uh, it
Not
is
sponsored.
Malibu.
Oh, 2 rums.
2 rums.
2 rum.
And then pineapple juice.
Getting a little rum dum up in here.
Yep. And then you can garnish with whatever the frick you like.
Yeah.
I saw in the pictures of the cocktail, I saw pineapple as the garnish naturally. I saw strawberries. I saw cherries. I went with a cherry personally because I enjoy
I
a
think
good
that's the way to go.
alcohol soaked cherry.
Yeah.
But yeah. So Caribou Lou, let us clink.
Let us clink to the Caribou. Cheers.
Classic rum pineapple. Boom boom. Done and done. Stronger because it's the 151, but good overall. All right. Now into my story, which I'm very excited about. I think so. I did the Conjuring House, right?
Yes, you did.
I'm kind of going on that same vibe.
Ooh.
I'm going Exorcist House.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I didn't realize that the Exorcist House, like the one that the movie The Exorcist is actually based on, is in St. Louis. Again, when you think of St. Louis, you're like, oh, it's just kind of like out in the middle of nowhere. That's at least what I thought. Like it's out in the middle of nowhere. Like probably not a whole lot of haunts going on there.
No, yeah.
But in terms of the quality, it's up there.
It is definitely up there. I also think like St. Louis is not necessarily like I think it's a pretty big city.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it is. I know very as I'm sure people can tell. I know very little about St. Louis. I've never been. So I'm probably I mean, but I think that if you haven't been to St. Louis and you don't know much about it, you probably feel similarly to how I feel. Like it's kind of one of those like center states.
Yeah, like not high on your radar.
Yeah, just kind of like
that.
Yeah.
Fair.
Like you don't think of it as being haunted, but apparently haunted as heck.
Haunted as heck.
So
wait, so what is the Exorcist? Have you ever seen The Exorcist? I have.
I have. It is.
So what is it? Give me a little bit of a rundown.
So it's about a like teenage girl who gets possessed by a demon, and they call in all sorts of like priests and exorcists and stuff like that to come and exorcise the demon. But it's like super powerful, and it's an absurd movie. I know that like for the time it was very scary, but as someone who grew up in the 21st century and saw horror movies like that were produced at a level that is from the 21st century, it's not scary to me.
Got you.
Like
okay.
There's elements of it that are very funny actually to me.
Because of it, just the movie production.
Yeah, just like her head spins around like 360 degrees, and like the graphics on it are very funny. She like throws up everywhere. It's just very funny. But I think at the time it was like up there with Jaws, where it was like people were really freaked out by it. Jaws I get a little bit more, I think, because sharks are scary. Demons are too, but in a different way. But yeah, that's a little synopsis of the movie. I'll get into more of the like actual events of the story right now, though. So, in a peaceful suburban cul-de-sac in Belle Noire, which is in St. Louis County, Missouri, sits an ordinary 2-story brick home with an extraordinary reputation. To most, it looks like any other mid-20th century residence, but local lore, paranormal investigators, and horror enthusiasts know it by a darker name. The Exorcist House. Horse.
The horse. The horror enthusiast.
The horror enthusiast.
Whoa, dude. Whoa.
I said horror.
No, right? You didn't.
I said horror.
Oh, man.
2 syllables.
I am an enthusiast of the horrors.
Yeah, we know, buddy. The place forever tied to one of the most infamous cases of alleged demonic possession in the United States. This house, now privately owned and off limits to the public, is linked to events that unfolded in 1949. Events that inspired William Peter Blatty's best-selling novel, The Exorcist.
Okay, Blatty.
Blatty.
Bladdies.
And the iconic 1973 film adaptation. The story blends documented phenomena, first-hand accounts, and clergy and family,
Whoa.
and the decades of rumor and haunting reports. So we'll start back at the beginning. So the narrative begins not in Missouri, but in Cottage City, Maryland, in early 1949.
Oh, shit. We got a little field trip in the story.
We're taking a little trip around town, and by town I mean country. A teenage boy given the pseudonym Roland Doe by the Catholic Church to protect his identity began experiencing unexplained occurrences in his family's home. These events reportedly started after Roland experimented with a Ouija board. Following the death of his beloved Aunt Harriet, who had introduced him to seances and spirit communication. The family heard scratching noises inside of walls, unexplained water drips, and furniture moving without explanation. Objects began to fly across rooms, and sounds that resembled footsteps and whispering were heard when no one was present. Even the mattress that Roland slept on reportedly shook violently on its own.
Yeah.
When a local Lutheran
Sure,
minister...
he didn't have like one of those like honeymoon beds, like you've seen like at the like motels. You put a quarter in, the bed starts to vibrate and stuff like that. Maybe you just have one of those.
I've never seen one of those.
I haven't either. I've seen movies and stuff.
Oh,
like
I
that.
haven't seen that in movies. I've never
You haven't
heard
seen
of
that in a movie?
I don't think so.
Really?
No.
Oh, I've definitely seen that in movies.
I know those, like, remember outside of Market Basket, the little horse that you put a quarter in and it like starts to...
Yeah. Well, that was for children. This was for making children.
that was a good
which
one.
also, like, the bed vibrating, how does that add to...
It, I don't know, helps with the motion, maybe? Was it vibrate or was it like wave?
I think it vibrates. I don't know.
Oh, then I don't know.
Yeah, like it's just like...
See, I was picturing like, you know those cars that like go...
Oh, like a mechanical bull type situation?
Yeah, kind of.
Oh.
Dude, imagine getting bucked off your bed.
Oh, man.
That'd be crazy.
That would be crazy.
When a local Lutheran minister was consulted, the disturbances intensified, leading the family to pursue help from Catholic priests.
So it didn't... the demon did not like the Lutherans.
No, he was like, you get out of here.
Yeah, you get out of here.
And the Catholics were like,
we'll take it from here.
Yeah. Move over, buddy.
Little pat on the head, like, oh, a little 99 Theses later, like, we're taking over. That was a history pull on my part.
Yeah.
99 Theses.
Yeah, proud.
But a demon ain't one.
Yeah. Instead of diminishing, the phenomena followed Roland when his family moved him to stay with relatives in St. Louis. Almost immediately upon arriving in the Belnor house, the strange events resumed. The boy's behavior became increasingly erratic, and the unexplained phenomena grew more intense. Furniture again moved on its own. Noises, cold spots, and unexplainable sensations were reported by family members.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
Or more of a hypothetical.
Sure.
Now, with this, it sounds like he is like just like having like twitches and like spasms and stuff like that. But wouldn't it be really funny if like the demon like made him break dance? Like it was just like, oh, I can't step, do wicka wicka woo woo.
I feel like that's got to be in one of the scary movies.
Oh, that would be hilarious.
Yeah.
I actually have never seen those.
What?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
No, yeah, never seen
You
those.
have to watch the scary movies.
Maybe we'll watch them sometime. Maybe we'll have a podcast movie night.
Oh,
and
that'd
watch
be fun.
those.
That'd be fun.
Very fun.
The first scary movie is very funny.
Is it really?
It's based on it's mostly based on Scream.
Oh, okay.
And
I haven't seen Scream either.
Dude, you are missing out.
Bad movie guy.
You're bad with horror movies.
Yeah, which is weird because we've watched a lot of
It was all the low
shitty
quality.
ones. Because Netflix, when we were watching them, wasn't spending on the big ones.
Made with like $4 and like one of those like shitty old like videotaping cameras.
Yeah, that's yeah. We really like of the big ones. I don't know how many of the big ones we watched. Like I think there was like we watched The Conjuring. We watched Paranormal Activity.
Yeah, we did. We definitely did. I like Paranormal Activity.
That was funny.
Like,
remember when the girl gets slammed into the
bro. So good.
Wasn't that movie made with like $100,000?
Yeah,
And then it made,
that one was wicked low budget.
Made so much money at the box office.
Yeah.
There hasn't been a good one of those in a while. We should make one.
Like a low budget.
But like a low budget good one.
Yeah.
Like not try to do too much.
Yeah.
Like a low budget.
Like use like CCTV stuff.
We literally can shoot it all over Salem. If you're interested in helping us fund a movie, get in touch.
Also, if you know how to make a movie.
Oh, we can make a movie.
We can make a movie, but...
I took a film class. We could make a movie.
Okay. I took a screenwriting class, actually.
Dude, actually.
There we go.
We actually have a half-written script that we got to get out there at some point.
We do. Not a horror movie.
Not a horror movie. But
stay tuned in case that comes out.
Stay tuned.
We're not going to give away that bajillion dollar idea.
Yeah, you got to go to AMC to see that idea.
Oh, man. Okay. Concerned for the boys. back to the demons.
Back to the demons. Back to our regular scheduled program, Batman.
Concerned for the boys' welfare and convinced that traditional medical or psychological explanations were insufficient, the family called on Jesuit priests.
Oh wow, they're just
making the rounds,
rolling through the religions.
These ones came from St. Louis University.
Oh shoot!
Among them were Father Raymond Bishop, Father William Bodern, and Father Walter Halloran.
Now, what kind of... Oh, that was a weird...
What kind?
What kind of car do you think they pulled up in?
Definitely either a Lincoln or a Buick.
Okay.
I mean, it's the...
Yeah,
Actually, it was the 40s. A Ford.
Ford.
Yeah.
Ford. I just imagine them, like, pulling up in sunglasses with the monk haircut. Just, they see me rolling. Oh, man.
I pictured them breakdancing out on the lawn.
Oh, that in the robes? They have to be in the robes, dude. Just, The visuals were kind of important for that to be funny, so you'll just have to take our word for that.
I feel like they get it.
Yeah. Oh, man. So what did the friars do?
They became central figures in the case.
Oh, wow.
Father Bishop, after witnessing the disturbances firsthand, sought and received permission from Archbishop Joseph Ritter to perform an exorcism. For several weeks in March and April of 1949, the priests conducted exorcism rites using the... Sorry.
Oh.
I had a little burp.
Oh, yeah.
It was forming in the back of the throat there.
That.
They conducted exorcism rites using the Roman ritual, the Catholic liturgical text for expelling evil spirits. During these sessions, Roland allegedly exhibited violent reactions. His bed shook, again, without explanation.
I can make your bed rock. I can make your bed rock.
Dude, those like early 2000s, like Neo, Usher, like those guys would love this story.
Absolutely.
They'd make a hell of a song.
Oh, they would. Maybe the song was about demons.
Maybe.
And not fornicating.
Maybe it was from the perspective of the demon.
I think we're onto something.
I think we are, yeah.
Has anyone sat down Neo and
conspiracy
asked him?
theory.
Yeah.
Objects flew through the air. His voice changed to a deep guttural tone, and he spoke in languages he was not known to have studied, including Latin. I've heard. I feel like that's like a common thing in these like exorcism stories. Is they'll speak in tongues and they'll speak in like languages that no one thought that they knew,
and their just voice gets really weird and deep and stuff. Like it'll be like a little bit like, "Hi, Mom. Like, can I have some pancakes?" You're like, what?
On several occasions, priests documented scratch marks and symbols that appeared on his skin.
Oh, weird.
Seemingly from within.
Oh, I don't like that.
Isn't that freaky?
I don't like that.
One dramatic session ended with Roland crying out, "It's over!"
It's Jover.
After which his body relaxed and he was said to have returned to normal consciousness. Church records describe this moment as the successful conclusion of the exorcism. So the case was treated with confidentiality and discretion by the church, but word of the unusual occurrences spread among clergy and theologians. Decades later, Georgetown University student William Peter Blatty became fascinated with the story, reportedly after hearing an account from a professor. Blatty's research into the case formed the basis of his novel, The Exorcist. The book's publication in 1971 brought the tale to a global audience, and the 1973 film adaptation amplified its cultural impact, which made the story synonymous with demonic possession and spiritual warfare in popular imagination. And I feel like if you ever like look up a list of the best horror movies of all
Oh,
time,
it's on there. Top 5.
Top
5.
if not top 3 every time.
Every time.
And
Every time.
as someone who's seen it, I get that it's like a classic in terms of actual horror movie. Not,
but it paved the way for
yeah,
a genre.
that's the thing. Is it's like Star Wars.
Yeah.
It was like the stepping stone. I mean, Star Wars was great in its own right,
yes,
but
it was.
The Exorcist was like a stepping stone for other movies.
Well, and I also think it proved that there was audiences that were captivated by this story.
Yeah.
Like, I think it made it so, like, this obviously wasn't the first or the last time that a story like this had happened in real life. So it made it so, like, oh, the public actually is interested in these stories. So
yeah,
I think that's fascinating.
The identity of Roland Doe was never publicly revealed, and the family's privacy was fiercely protected. Records and personal accounts from the priests involved were kept under wraps for years, but have since surfaced through diaries and interviews.
Ooh, cool.
So now we'll get into the house itself. So the house at 8435 Roanoke Drive in Belnor, cited in local sources as the home where Roland stayed and where much of the early paranormal activity occurred, was built around the 1940s and appears architecturally typical of mid-century suburban residences. Not modern. It's modest. It's unassuming, lined with like hardwood floors and brick facade, and like it's just your classic.
It's just a house.
Yeah, just your classic.
It's a house.
Missouri suburb house.
In a house, in a home. There's mothers and fathers and sisters and brothers. That was like a childhood song. Did you ever listen to that as a kid?
I think I've heard. Yeah, I think I did.
You definitely spun that one on the disc jockey.
I spun that one up before.
Yeah, you spun that up before, dude. This cocktail's really getting me.
Dude, yeah, it's like I don't know, it's like frothy a little bit.
Ooh, little frothmeister.
A little froth action. Though most of the intense exorcism rites took place at Alexian Brothers Hospital and St. Francis Xavier College Church, the Belnor House remains central to the haunting narrative because it was the site with the earliest sustained disturbances, and it's where Roland lived when phenomena resumed in Missouri. Over subsequent decades, the Roanoke Drive house changed ownership multiple times. While the precise address is often withheld from tourist guides to protect residents' privacy, locals in St. Louis County generally know its location and its dark reputation. Despite the exorcism's official conclusion, many believe that the house retained some imprint of the events that took place. Paranormal enthusiasts and investigators have speculated that intense spiritual encounters can leave residual energy, a type of psychic or metaphysical echo that persists in a location long after the original event.
Oh, shoot.
In terms of residual energy, if anything is going to leave residual energy, it's gotta be this.
It's gonna be this.
Dude.
It's gonna be me.
It's gonna be me. Reports from neighbors and past occupants, many of whom are anonymous, include sudden cold spots, feelings of oppressive presence or feelings of being watched, unexplained noises. Jesus, I cannot talk today. Electronic disturbances and shadowy figures. Paranormal investigators have visited the site with equipment like EMF readers, EVP recorders, etc. Some claim that readings indicate anomalies consistent with other reported haunting locations. Though finding, oh my goodness, I cannot speak. I'm like you last week,
dude. That was bad last week.
Yeah, I feel that's how I feel right now. though such findings are typically subjective and open to interpretation. Because the house is private property, full investigations are rare and usually conducted without permission from occupants. Nonetheless, the lore surrounding the house draws curiosity seekers from around the country, particularly around Halloween or during local ghost tours, even if only to view the exterior and imagine the history within. Here's a little warning, or not a warning, but like a don't bother these people.
No, don't do it.
They live in the house.
Yeah.
Just leave them alone.
Yes. I am a firm believer, and I think this podcast is a firm believer, and if someone lives in a private residence, don't bother them.
Yeah, definitely never
take a
bother
picture
them
in front of their
ever.
house or anything like that.
Definitely don't go to the Breaking Bad house in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and take a picture with the very stern old lady outside, standing out in her driveway very angrily. Even though you're standing across the street
on public property,
going nowhere near her house,
she
don't
was
do
not
it.
a fan.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
From prior experience, in case you couldn't put that together. Anyway. The story of the Exorcist house bridges folk. Oh, man.
We had a dog moan in the studio.
I think he's having a little nightmare.
Oh, probably about demons.
Oh, dude, maybe.
Maybe. Might have to have him have
exercised.
Exercise.
Might have to bring in Father Bishop.
Father Hound.
It bridges folklore and pop culture. Its connection to one of the most iconic horror stories ever told ensures that the house remains a fixture in American haunted lore. Today, again, it remains a private residence. Again, final warning. Leave these people. Leave them be.
Leave them alone.
So that's the Exorcist house.
Nice. All right. Moment of truth. What do you give it?
Dude, I'm going full shebang. This is the first.
Oh, wow.
This might be the first time I've done it. Full haunted.
Full haunted. Wow. Why? Give us the play-by-play. Why?
I mean, to have three clergymen, like, as part of the final exorcism.
Yes.
Right? So they went through, like, multiple other priests and other, like Jesuit, Lutheran, etc., who were unsuccessful. I mean, I just don't think that, like, a little kid can do some of the things that they said that he did.
Yeah.
Speaking in languages that he doesn't understand.
No, yeah.
I mean, dude, if you ask me to speak in Latin, I probably know, like, that first line of, like, church or whatever. Mm-hmm. That's it. Yeah, speaking in languages that he doesn't understand, shaking his bed. I mean, it's a little intense for a kid to do.
I completely
going
agree.
full shebang.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I'm with you. I mean, that's... especially, too, back then, like, one, the fact that they tried to keep it so private.
Yeah.
Like, there wasn't, like, hey, guys, look at this crazy thing. Like,
yeah, they weren't immediately trying to, like, capitalize on the story or anything like that. In fact,
like
the family never came out. And, like, the boy was never identified.
No.
So.
Rolling dough.
No,
I definitely think haunted because I think, like, especially then, too, like, they didn't want this to be a thing. They didn't, like, like, I think. And
it was wicked taboo back then.
Yes. And I think this type of incidents, in general, kind of give me a lot of, like, rationale for believing in this kind of stuff because it is, like, it's something that no one want. Like, it's like, okay, we have to deal with this, but it's not, like... It's
not the friendly cowboy ghost who, like, picks out your outfits for you in the hotel.
Mm-hmm.
It's the full shebang demonic
and the fact
stuff.
that, like, there's parts of the church that are devoted solely to this is crazy to me.
It is crazy.
And stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's wild.
And they had to like get permission from higher up
Yeah.
clergymen to
To
do it.
perform it and stuff like that.
So
Yeah.
it's a lot of commitment and a lot of like time and energy
which
and
the church isn't devoting. Sorry. The church isn't devoting time and energy to that unless they think it's real, and they don't want to think it's real. So
right.
yeah,
Yep.
crazy. Yeah, I'm going full haunted. So
Cool.
cool.
Shall we reload and come back at
Yeah.
you with story numero dos?
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Be right back. We're back.
We're so back, dude. Oh man. All right. When I texted you to give people a little backstory, I saw this house and I was like, oh, I call this. Like I was like, I'm doing this one. Like
Yeah.
immediately.
So just to give a little behind the scenes, I am normally the one who selects my location first.
Yes.
We pick a city and then I look and I pick out what place I want to do and I'm like, all right, I'll take this place. You take whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
This time that did not happen.
No.
I asked him, what city do you want to do? He said St. Louis, and then he was like, if we do St. Louis, this is the spot that I'm doing.
Yes.
So I was like, all right.
Yep. 100%. So did you read anything about my location or did
No.
you like?
I did my research after you'd already told me which place you wanted to do.
Okay.
So I saw it listed, but I didn't
Like you
see
scrolled
anything.
right past
Yeah,
it. I got you. Nice. Cool. So I'm doing the Lemp Mansion in St. Louis, Missouri. Now, I will be curious because I think mine rivals yours a little bit in terms of like level of hauntedness. Mine might even more so than yours. Now, what I think is interesting about mine, and I'll get into it, is there is a lot of encounters and a lot of descriptions. However, the most common is not actually seeing an apparition, it's a feeling. And I'm not going to describe the feeling or anything like that until after I get into the story, but I think like it was so fascinating because when I got into like the paranormal encounters that people are having in the modern day, it's like most of it is just like, wow, there's a feeling here. So I got a feeling. No, that's not the tone of that.
I got a feeling. Ooh, that tonight's gonna be a
bad night. Yeah,
all right,
yeah,
we're going there.
So I'm getting there a little bit. So all right, the Lemp Mansion. So let me get into the backstory, and it's really the rise of a brewing empire.
Ooh,
so a little bit of
okay.
a connection to spirits. Oh, spirits! The story of the Lemp Mansion begins not with tragedy, but with opportunity. So in the 1830s, German immigrant Johann Adam Lemp arrived in St. Louis. St. Louis. He began brewing lager beer in a small grocery store. What changed everything was a natural limestone cave on the property that maintained a cool, constant temperature, perfect for fermenting and storing beer long before refrigeration.
See, Keystone.
No, I don't think it's.
I was trying to think of the stones.
No. So the cave became the foundation of the Lemp Brewery, one of the first major lager breweries in America. So by the late 1800s, the Lemp family was the second largest brewery in St. Louis, behind Anheuser-Busch.
Not bad rivals to have.
Not bad rivals. They were shipping beer nationally, and they were among the wealthiest families in Missouri.
That makes sense.
So, yeah. In 1868, the family built what would become the Lemp Mansion in the Benton Park neighborhood. Originally modest, it was expanded into a 33-room Victorian estate.
Holy smokes.
Complete with a ballroom, servants' quarters, a carriage house, ornate woodwork and stained glass, and then direct proximity to the brewing complex.
Dude, imagine having a carriage house.
Yeah, wild. The mansion symbolized power, legacy, and success. But the collapse of that legacy would unfold entirely within its walls.
I was going to say, I've never heard of this brewery.
No.
So I guess this is going to be the reason why.
So, William J. Lemp Sr. So, William Sr. inherited the brewery from his father and expanded it into a national powerhouse. He was disciplined, proud, and intensely focused on family legacy. His favorite son, Frederick Lemp, was groomed to take over the business. So just the fact that he was like, yeah, no, he's my
he's my
favorite.
favorite. Yeah,
And you know he was open about it. If we're getting accounts of him being his favorite, it's like, you know he wasn't hiding that from his other
I want to know the story of his least favorite son. The runt of the family.
And so Frederick Lemp was groomed to take over the business. Frederick was charismatic and well-liked, the future of the dynasty.
Nice.
So in 1901, Frederick suddenly died at the age of 28.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It was believed to have been heart failure.
Whoa.
Yeah. So he had a heart attack at 28. It's probably just slamming brewskis like all the time.
But also like the pressure of the family legacy on his shoulders.
100%. So his father, William Sr., was shattered. So witnesses described him as withdrawing from social life, spending long periods isolated in the mansion, and becoming increasingly depressed. I do want to give a trigger warning for my story. Just trigger warning. There is talks of taking one's own life and stuff like that. So if that triggers you, skip past my story and just meet us back next week. Sorry, I forgot to say that at the beginning, but that is where we're kind of headed. So on February 13th, 1904, William Sr. shot himself in the second floor bedroom of the mansion. This was the first suicide in the home. So William J. Lemp Jr., after his father's death, William Jr. took control. Unlike his brother Frederick, William Jr. was quieter and less passionate about brewing.
That's not a great combo for.
Not a great combo.
He's like, yeah, just brew the beer.
Yeah, whatever, dude. I don't even like beer. I'm a wine guy. Oh man.
Moving to Napa.
Yeah. But on top of that, there became a quite devastating blow to the empire: prohibition.
Dude, it's a bad time for him to be in charge.
Bad time. So when the 18th Amendment took effect in 1920, the Lemp Brewery could not survive. Attempts at producing near beer and soda failed. So in 1922, William Jr. sold the brewery at auction, ending the family empire.
I feel like all of the successful breweries that like survived through Prohibition were just bootlegging.
Yeah, they just kept making
They
beer.
just kept doing what they were doing.
Were
like pivoting was like the mistake in Prohibition.
We're not making beer.
Yeah, Anheuser-Busch definitely
100%
was still making beer. Mm-hmm. That's why they're still around today.
100%. So, 1922, on December 29th, inside his office at the mansion, William Jr. shot himself.
Oh, my goodness.
Mm-hmm. Some accounts say he left no note. Others claim he was despondent over financial ruin and personal struggles. That was the second suicide in the house.
Okay.
So, Elisa Lemp, Elisa William Sr.'s daughter, lived quietly in the mansion. She never married and was described as emotionally fragile.
Well,
yep.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. On March 20th, 1920, Elisa shot herself inside the home.
Oh, my. Wow.
Yes. Yeah. Now, if you look at the timeline, though, that was before William Jr., though.
So she shot herself between the brothers dying.
Yeah. Well.
Oh wait, between her dad and her brother
committing suicide in the house.
Right.
Reports vary though. So some claim she was heartbroken over a failed engagement. Others just suggest long-term depression. Her death came months after Prohibition began. So, yep. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's a tough time as a brewer.
Charles Lemp. Charles distanced himself from brewing and focused on other ventures. So Charles was the other son. He was known to be controlling and eccentric. So he was focusing on other businesses, but it sounded like he was just kind of the black sheep of the family. Well, actually, one of the black sheep of the family. So after the brewery's collapse, Charles reportedly ordered the destruction of the brewing complex and then lived in isolation inside the mansion. On May 10th, 1949, Charles shot himself inside his bedroom. Yep.
Wow, that's...
Yeah. This marked the fourth
That's
suicide
4. Yeah, wow.
inside the house. So the father and all 3 of his children
And
committed
5th
suicide.
abrupt death
Yes.
of the family
Mm-hmm.
in the last however many years.
And then apparently, there was apparently another brother who was called the Attic Child. So it was a persistent legend that claims William Jr. had a physically disabled son who was hidden in the attic and died there. Yeah. So the now let's get into the apparitions and the encounters. So, but before we get into that, that's just like whoa.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's a lot, and all suicide, and all the same family. Like that is.
But also, like, okay, I would imagine if you're the daughter
Uh-huh.
or the youngest brother
Uh-huh.
who both lived there by yourself
Uh-huh.
after X amount of family members
Yeah.
died in the house already.
Uh-huh.
It's probably like just so
Yeah, move out.
overbearing.
Yeah, 100%. Well, and that's why, like,
The vibes in there.
so I'll get in. I think the conversation lends itself to. I'll get into some of the specific encounters and reports, but the biggest thing is just the energy and the feel. Like
Yeah.
people describe it as like almost a crushing feeling when you walk in there. The weight of the energy in there is so off and heavy.
So I don't
and
know if you
stuff like
know
that.
this, but were they like, did they all die in the same room or
So-
in different rooms?
Different bedrooms, but like all their bedroom.
Makes sense because I wouldn't want to sleep in the
No,
master bedroom
yes,
if that was
yeah.
where the dad did it.
They were all the bedrooms, and then one was in his office.
Ugh.
But yeah, like just the energy in there is supposedly just like soul crushing. Like people walk in and immediately feel depressed.
Yeah.
So and I think that's fascinating too, where it's like, and we'll get into this towards the end, but like that to me, like and especially like we talk about the energy in a place being influenced by the paranormal, but this to me is the most kind of damning of the cases of that, of just like you walk into a place and the energy feels so off and you don't even need to know anything about the history or see anything, but like that in itself, it to me at least, enough to say there's some sort of paranormal thing for the energy to exist and live on, close to almost or over 100 years, or not over 100, but close to 100 years after most of these.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
it's
insane.
It's
That's
crazy.
A lot of death.
Yeah. So, now let's get into some of the specifics. So the childlike laughter is reported. So the attic is reported as
Yeah, I was guessing
being
that
one of the
was the-
specific, like you're seeing stuff, hearing stuff. Childlike laughter, footsteps running above guests' heads, and then tugging on clothing, and then toys moving when being placed in the attic. So,
Okay.
yeah.
That all tracks.
Yeah, it
with
all
the,
tracks.
The lore.
Yeah,
right?
but like, could you imagine being somewhere and just hearing like little kid footsteps running above you to find out that there's no kid up there?
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like this place. It's so massive. Like it what 33 rooms you said?
Yeah.
Just so massive that I feel like also in addition to the the potential paranormal experiences, it would just like play tricks on you if you're in there alone.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. So, objects moving. So the first thing will be objects moving. So glasses sliding across tables during dinner service, doors opening and slamming shut, and then lights flickering in empty rooms. All that's pretty boilerplate, like just yeah.
Yeah.
Full apparition. So guests and staff have reported a mustache man in period clothing believed to be William Sr., a woman in a Victorian dress near the staircase, and then shadow figures standing in doorways. I mean, there's no way. I at least to me, I'm like, all of them still reside there. There's like, you can't have that much sorrow and unresolved just life and get up and move. Like, my guess is all of their entities still exist there.
I like the sound of a mustache man. That's fun.
Yeah. So guests have described So guests have stayed overnight here. Like it has been a hotel and a
Oh, cool.
restaurant and all that stuff. So there's been bed shaking. So more bed shaken. Being touched or tapped while asleep. Tapped. We've never talked about tapped before.
No.
What?
No, I don't
Oh,
think
I
we
get
have.
it. The innuendo. Yeah.
Well, but also just you're very whoa
Well,
tap.
remember the tapping on the alarm clock or the tapping on the desk next to an Albuquerque?
I remember that you said that happened.
Yes,
Yeah.
but like we don't hear much about tapping. And then waking to see a figure at the foot of the bed. I don't like that.
I feel like that's
That's
pretty
pretty
on
common.
that's
but,
on par with like all the hotels that
Yeah.
we've talked about.
Sudden drops in temperature, disembodied voices saying names, and then EVP recordings have captured unexplained responses. Um, there's definitely been reports of William Jr., the mustache man, having an oppressive energy, shadow movement, and then electronics have malfunctioned. But again, just the whole so it's currently a restaurant and a site for ghost tours and paranormal investigations.
Sick.
So, but like people just report this energy. They walk in and just have this like heavy presence.
Yeah.
Kind of overcome them. And that is it's funny because actually when I was reading that I was thinking of like with Ghost Adventures with Zach, where he's like, "Oh my gosh, guys, I feel so heavy right now," and he's like, just rubbing his hands on his face and stuff like that. And you're like, "All right, take it easy, dude." But honestly, in a location like this, like, I'd almost believe that. Like, he probably doesn't need to rub his hands all over his face, or he'll curl up into a ball on the floor, going, "Gosh, I can't move anymore." But I feel like this is such a heavy location where there's so much just sorrow and death and just I just negative energy.
It almost kind of reminds me of the Winchester house where
Yes.
like all of the death in that family caused this one woman to like
Yes.
be like, I gotta just build.
But imagine all of that death happening in one house.
I know, yeah.
So it's like that's why I think this is the most haunted location I have ever covered on this show. So, well, I don't know. I'm going full haunted. What do you think?
I'm feeling generous this episode. I'll go full haunted too.
How
Are
come?
we a full four? 4 for 4 full haunted?
Yeah, this might be a full 4 for 4.
Fo.
What now? Give us why. Why do you think haunted?
Just, I know you haven't seen Haunting of Hill House, but it really gives me that vibe of like, it's just a heavy presence, and I think a place like that can drive people. Like obviously they had their own stuff going on, and and a lot of it's probably mental health related, and also the times. I mean, Prohibition was really hard for a lot of people, including especially people who were making alcohol for a living before. But yeah, I just think like a place like this seems to have some sort of effect on people.
Absolutely.
Can drive people to make decisions that maybe they would have made or maybe they wouldn't have made otherwise, but they end up making that decision in this place. And
absolutely.
That's I don't know. I mean, it's part of this place's history now, and I think that 4 family deaths, suicides,
yeah,
in the same place. I mean, I don't know where the first son died, where he had his heart attack. I don't know if it was in the house.
I don't know, but it sounds like there was like the house was a complex with the brewery. Like I think like they, other than going into town and probably traveling, but it sounds like most of their life happened on.
So it's very
property.
possible.
Yeah,
but at least 4 like violent deaths in the house. So yeah, you convinced me that it's up there with the Exorcist house for sure.
Yeah. So wild. Who would have knew? St. Louis would have come out
St. Louis
swinging,
dude. Ranking number 1 right now.
I know.
On our most haunted location, and we did Salem.
Yes. Most haunted location, St. Louis.
So
Wild. So
kind of wild.
kind of wild.
But yeah, so that is this week in the books. Next week, episode 50.
That's crazy, dude. We're almost a year old.
We're almost a year old.
We're almost a year old. That's wild, dude. So, well, hey, we appreciate all of you. Anyone that has listened, even if it's just for a minute, we really, really appreciate you. So, continue to follow along. Continue to, like, subscribe, share. If there's anyone you think would listen or enjoy, put them on. Put them onto a pod, dude. Put them onto our pod.
Yeah.
So, we appreciate you.
And also reach out if you
Yeah.
have a spot that you want us to do, or if you have a spot that you want us to revisit. We're happy to revisit.
Yeah.
If you have cocktail recommendations,
Absolutely.
literally anything.
Anything.
Just hit us up. If you just want to say hey and say,
hey,
what you think of the podcast
Yeah.
or any recommendations that you
we
have for the
respond to-
podcast itself, then
we respond to every message about the podcast and stuff like
Yeah.
that on Instagram, email, all that kind of stuff. So
Yep. So
hit us up,
hit us up.
hit our line. So, yeah, we appreciate you all, and we'll see you next week.
Stay spooky.
Stay spooky. Peace.